Welcome to Dark Psychology World Channel. I hope you like it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Now I will start reading this book to you. The Power of Walking Away. Free yourself from judgments. We've all experienced it at some point, trapped in an unhealthy relationship or situation where we experience disrespect, being taken for granted, or difficulty establishing healthy boundaries. We often find ourselves expending valuable time and energy in our endeavors to satisfy others or pursue futile endeavors. Staying put can sometimes feel more appealing than making a change, even when we're aware it's not the best choice. But what if the solution was as easy as just walking away? Imagine the impact of recognizing our own value, having the confidence to set boundaries, and staying true to our own journey. This book explores the incredible impact of leaving toxic relationships and situations behind by mastering the art of assertiveness, setting clear boundaries, prioritizing our own needs, and staying focused on our goals. We can regain control over our lives. This book will use relatable stories and insights from psychology research to help you understand why it can be difficult to let go. Additionally, it will provide practical strategies to overcome fear and self-doubt, along with a clear and straightforward guide to finding the courage to move on. This book offers various exercises to help you visualize your goals, boost your self-confidence, and develop an abundance mindset. Additionally, we provide effective communication techniques to ensure your needs are met. In the end, walking away from a negotiation ensures that you come out on top, no matter what. Either you initiate change in the relationship, situation, or you expose yourself to new opportunities that are better suited to you. This book demonstrates that we can change our lives by bravely walking away from people and situations that no longer contribute to our personal growth and happiness. It begins by recognizing our self-worth and having the confidence to decline without hesitation. Lesson 1: Don't allow for disrespect. Respect your boundaries. Respect is something that everyone should have, both for themselves and from others. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been taught not to assert themselves or establish firm boundaries, which can lead to the acceptance of harmful behaviors and even abuse without any repercussions. This undermines our sense of value and sends a message to others that it's acceptable to treat us disrespectfully. Taking back control begins by mastering the art of setting boundaries and removing ourselves from harmful people and situations. If someone crosses established boundaries, it's important not to rationalize or downplay their behavior. Be straightforward and address it head on. Even if it makes you uneasy, clearly communicate what you will no longer accept in the future. If that behavior persists, it's best to create some distance rather than futilely attempting to alter their behavior. Stop wasting your time and energy right away. No need to negotiate or reflect on it. Setting boundaries can be challenging, but taking care of yourself is crucial. It's difficult to maintain healthy relationships with people who don't appreciate our value. Choosing to walk away may seem self-centered, but it allows us to find individuals and surroundings that value us, provide a sense of security, and enable personal growth. It's important to establish clear boundaries and be prepared to end relationships when they are violated. It's important to prioritize self-care and let go of harmful relationships. Everyone should feel valued in every aspect of their life. Once disrespect enters the picture, the social contract is immediately shattered. There is no need to rationalize or excuse mistreatment based on the amount of time and effort already put into something. Leave with confidence, knowing your true value. Start by recognizing signs of unhealthy relationships in your life. If you're experiencing chronic conflict, lack of trust, one-sided efforts, criticism, and feelings of low self-worth, When together, it might be a sign that it's time to consider moving on. It's important not to overlook warning signs, such as jealousy, control issues, anger, problems, and disrespect. Even if there are still moments of positivity, toxicity remains toxic even in sporadic instances. Next, let's consider situations where you may be persisting with people or projects that are not making any progress. If you constantly find yourself struggling to find solutions, making excuses for not taking responsibility, putting in effort, or acting ethically without making any progress, it's time to end the relationship. It's frustrating when we invest our energy and resources into things that don't yield positive results. Lastly, it's important to avoid the sunk cost fallacy, which involves justifying staying in a negative situation due to the amount of time, emotion, money, or identity already invested. It doesn't make sense to base future decisions on irrecoverable sunk costs. It's important to recognize and appreciate the sacrifices you've made, but it's also crucial to understand that it's better to walk away now than to face even greater losses in the future. Gain a clear understanding of identifying unhealthy relationships, recognizing lost causes, and seeing through the distortion of sunk costs. Developing the ability to recognize when it's best to move on will be greatly appreciated by your future self. Lesson 2. Create abundance mindset. Thinking in terms of scarcity can lead to stress, envy, desperation, and a sense of contraction in both the body and spirit. Great news: embracing an abundance mindset has the power to override our innate tendency towards scarcity. By intentionally changing how we see things, we can unlock endless possibilities. Start incorporating gratitude into your daily routine. By recognizing the blessings we already have, our perspective changes from scarcity to abundance. Incorporate daily gratitude into your routine, whether it's in the morning, during meals, or before bed. Truly grasp this sense of appreciation, allowing it to shape your outlook. Additionally, it's important to acknowledge and rejoice in the successes, blessings, and progress made by others. Learn to genuinely feel happiness for friends, loved ones, and even strangers. There is enough prosperity for everyone, and the success of others does not take away from our own. We can increase our capacity to receive by genuinely celebrating the good fortune of others. View challenges as chances for personal development. Challenging experiences, obstacles, and errors often lay the foundation for future success. Consider the opportunity for growth or improvement in this situation. Embrace this learning experience with optimism. For brighter days ahead, we elevate our thinking by making daily mindset shifts without needing to change our circumstances. Develop a mindset of gratitude and focus on blessing others to foster lasting inner abundance. Your new mindset will bring about a transformation in the external world. JN experienced a profound sense of loss after Isabel ended their relationship. His business was facing challenges with mounting debt and the sudden absence of support, leaving him uncertain about the possibility of recovery. During the initial months, John was consumed by thoughts of scarcity, perceiving only a lack of resources and numerous obstacles in his path. However, his friend James was determined to help him move forward. James successfully recovered from his own difficult divorce a few years ago and frequently discussed the importance of developing a positive mindset focused on abundance. John was initially resistant to the persistent encouragement to change his perspective. Gradually, James' advice began to make sense. James persuaded John to adopt a daily gratitude practice where he would jot down 5 small things he was grateful for before going to sleep. Little things such as enjoying a delicious cup of coffee, dealing with his health issues, and receiving a message from a long-lost friend. After about a week, John began to notice a change in his perspective. He began to prioritize what he still had, rather than dwelling on what he had lost. James consistently emphasized the importance of supporting and congratulating others rather than perceiving their success as a threat. That one required additional effort. The struggle with comparison and envy persists. However, John made the effort to send a sincere congratulatory text to his sister on her promotion. Something became less restricted within him. The voices of scarcity became even quieter with consistent daily practice of gratitude, supporting loved ones, and challenging negative thoughts. John's inner world began to change, which in turn affected his outward behavior. Exciting new career paths have opened up. Relationships flourished with deep meaning. He realized that abundance is not dependent on circumstances but rather on one's mindset. It seems that James was correct. He had the ability to intentionally create it from one moment to the next. Lesson 3: you are enough. Don't need them. Many times we seek out individuals and chances to avoid the internal sense of unworthiness. When we seek validation from others, it indicates a lack of confidence in our own worth. Interestingly, this mindset of scarcity pushes away the relationships we desire. We often find ourselves acting out of a sense of lack rather than embracing our wholeness. In our pursuit of approval, we sometimes settle for mere crumbs and end up betraying our true worth. Declaring "I am enough" is the first step towards embracing magnetism and cultivating meaningful connections. This helps us establish a strong sense of self-love, freeing us from the need for validation from others. We become steadfast pillars that naturally draw in strong connections. We experience a sense of abundance in our lives rather than constantly striving to fill empty spaces. Establishing the belief of "I am enough" can also be beneficial in setting boundaries against toxic influences. We no longer worry about losing people or missing out on opportunities because we know our worth is always secure. This strong foundation enables us to confidently distance ourselves from negative influences that can undermine our well-being and integrity. Embrace your inherent completeness and live fully in this realization. Discover the magnificent realm that resides within without the need to compete for power in someone else's kingdom. Repeat the affirmation "I am enough" until it deeply resonates within. You witness how relationships evolve when you embrace the beauty, joy, and self-assurance of someone who no longer seeks fulfillment from others. You've had the wholeness you seek right here with you. Along, start by recognizing the fears that are causing you to avoid change. Do you ever feel anxious about being alone, not having enough money, acknowledging your mistakes, or losing a sense of who you are? Identify particular concerns so you can address them in a rational manner instead of responding emotionally. Next, create backup strategies to tackle your biggest concerns when it comes to departing. This helps to alleviate the paralyzing effects of anxiety. Address any criticisms by highlighting your past successes, talents, and strengths until you feel sense of pride. We all possess inherent quality of strength, capability, and goodness. Use these strategies to navigate challenging transitions while maintaining your resilience when faced with self-doubt. Seeking validation from others may not be enough. You exude a radiant self-assurance that no critic can diminish. See walkways as chances in disguise. Experiencing the loss of people, jobs, or identity elements that once shaped you can propel you towards personal growth. Understanding emerges when you decide to release situations that no longer serve you. Challenges are meant to be overcome, not to keep us in our comfort zone. You bravely embrace new experiences that go beyond the limits of your current situation. Stepping out of one's comfort zone requires great courage. However, there are times when we have to take a leap of faith even if we don't feel fully prepared, knowing that the potential for success lies within us. Be brave, choose optimism, and witness the emergence of transformative opportunities. Lesson 4. Stop trying to prove yourself. We are constantly striving to demonstrate our value, aiming to be knowledgeable, accomplished, well-liked, and respected. We exhaust ourselves trying to prove our worth to others, all the while harboring a hidden fear of falling short. This never-ending cycle robs us of our tranquil and sets us up for exhaustion. We often overlook the fact that our intrinsic value goes beyond mere accomplishments. In the world who declared that the assessment of worth is determined by external validation, why give up your inner peace for the sake of shallow validation from others? People who are confident and grounded are not concerned with impressing others. They understand the inherent dignity of their essence, which requires no further explanation. They navigate through life relying on their inner wisdom instead of external standards. Their ability to effortlessly grasp concepts and confidently navigate through them is truly impressive. Understanding and embracing one's true priorities naturally leads to approval. Be mindful of when you find yourself falling into the trap of seeking approval and validation from others. Go through your mental checklist to make sure you have everything covered, including your skills, intelligence, reputation, and likability. Question the significance of this matter. Think about whether peace truly exists when there are no observers keeping track. Imagine if we viewed inherent human dignity as being akin to a cherished child rather than just an object of admiration for their achievements. Your value was determined long before you could utter commitments or achieve great things. There is no need to constantly strive to prove something that is already perfect, complete, and divine within you. Embrace your natural beauty and witness the blooming of a fulfilling life without the need for constant searching. Ever since Emma started attending her prestigious college, she has been under significant pressure to demonstrate her worthiness. Overwhelmed by the fear of being discovered as a fraud, she dedicated herself to her studies, extracurricular activities, and work experiences, striving to portray an image of flawlessness. She was driven by an innate desire to conceal any perceived shortcomings and constantly seek approval. Emma's health began to be impacted by her desire to prove herself. During her junior year, as anxiety levels rose, common symptoms like stomach issues, headaches, and insomnia started to occur. Competition and envy caused strain on her friendships. However, she was unable to cease the thought of her performance slipping jeopardized her entire sense of self. Emma finally confided in her flatmate Ela about her overwhelming fatigue after experiencing a severe panic attack before finals. Instead of criticizing Emma for not being perfect, Lila shared her own anxieties from her time in college. Emma's tears of relief flowed as she embraced her newfound reality. Lila suggested that Emma should schedule a meeting with a campus counselor to tackle the feelings of shame and insecurity that are fueling her need for validation. Emma found a new sense of freedom by letting go of the pressure to always achieve and succeed. Even though it made her feel vulnerable, she started to feel more confident and valuable regardless of her accomplishments. Emma found solace in this new environment, allowing herself to be forgiving and accepting of her mistakes. She started establishing clear limits when it came to schoolwork so that she could have more free time. With Lila, walking can be a substitute for additional studying. Emma repaired strained friendships by openly discussing her own personal challenges. Emma became more comfortable with herself by senior year, prioritizing learning over validation. Lila's friendship helped prevent perfectionism from taking over despite occasional people-pleasing tendencies. Emma came to the realization that the only person she needed to impress was herself. Lesson 5: Value and prioritize yourself. We are all familiar with the airline safety advice of prioritizing our own oxygen mask before helping others. This concept is highly relevant to various aspects of life and interpersonal connections. If we are depleted, we cannot fully support others. However, a common tendency among many of us is to prioritize the needs of others over our own. We sacrifice our boundaries, creativity, joy, and self-care in order to please others. Over time, this can have a negative impact on one's spiritual well-being. This way of living is not sustainable. What does it look like to genuinely appreciate and make yourself a priority? It would involve prioritizing your own well-being and addressing your basic needs before taking care of others. It would involve maintaining priorities and boundaries even in the face of resistance or attempts to make you feel guilty. It would require acknowledging and prioritizing your own voice, dreams, and well-being separate from the expectations of others. Make sure to prioritize your well-being by regularly checking in with yourself and making self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. By starting from a place of spiritual abundance, you can give in a mindful way without exhausting yourself. Prioritize nourishing your soul above the desires of loved ones. Your existence holds immense significance. By prioritizing effectively, you can witness a complete transformation in your life. Many times we find ourselves feeling powerless and overwhelmed by difficult situations. It can be challenging to maintain control when dealing with relationship conflicts, professional challenges, financial difficulties, and other unexpected events. However, even in situations beyond our control, we still have the power to determine our own responses. This inherent strength enables one to navigate life with purpose rather than being overwhelmed by external challenges. What does it entail to take control of your situation? First, it would require accepting responsibility for our reactions instead of pointing fingers at others or circumstances. It's up to you to choose how you react: with anger, withdrawal, or by tapping into your inner wisdom. Afterwards, you establish clear limits to ensure that disrespectful behavior is not tolerated. You make a deliberate effort to manage your emotions in order to maintain healthy relationships. Ultimately, you explore the effects of challenges on your self-perception and the valuable insights they offer. Life is a series of events that are bound to occur. By mastering response power, you can prevent challenging situations and individuals from taking control of your inner realm. You ground yourself in truth, values, and vision to navigate the complexities of the outside world. When faced with a storm, always remember that you have the power to decide how you want to approach, understand, and interpret the situation. You have the power to thrive through challenges in your situation. Lesson 6: Stop being doormat and being taken advantage of. In many situations, it can be quite simple to fall into the trap of constantly trying to please others and not standing up for yourself. Many individuals may find themselves in situations where they hesitate to assert themselves, leading to being unfairly blamed at work, constantly inconvenienced by friends, and enduring ongoing disrespect from their partner. People often find ways to justify poor treatment in order to avoid conflict or being left alone. Over time, allowing others to take advantage of you can diminish your sense of self-worth and invite further manipulation. It's crucial to prioritize establishing clear boundaries, recognize which behaviors are non-negotiable, and firmly commit to maintaining those standards without hesitation. If someone challenges your boundaries, it's best to walk away without getting into a negotiation. It may take some time to feel comfortable saying no confidently. However, this new backbone will be appreciated by the right individuals, by confidently blocking individuals who take advantage of generosity it creates. Room for reciprocal care even better. Taking back control over how others treat you. We can influence how others treat us based on what we allow and tolerate. You don't have to let others walk all over you. You can make a change by starting with setting clear boundaries and removing those who cross them. The individuals who are meant to be in your life will honor and appreciate the standards you set for certain individuals. Saying no can be an incredibly uncomfortable and even terrifying experience. We often find ourselves concerned about letting others down, not seizing opportunities, or being seen as self-vented. Thus, we often find ourselves going along with the crowd, taking on too much and feeling overwhelmed in order to seek validation. Throughout the process, we often neglect our own needs and lose confidence in ourselves. Nevertheless, understand the importance of saying no is crucial for establishing healthy boundaries and finding inner peace. Begin with saying no to small requests that secretly bother you. It's worth noting that the sky remains intact. Then work towards larger numbers that demonstrate the importance of safeguarding your time and priorities. It's important to be mindful of those who handle your refusal with respect. Supportive individuals won't use guilt as a weapon, but instead encourage your self-care. Keep in mind that you don't have to say yes to everything and everyone in order to be loved. You have the opportunity to carefully consider each request and respond based on your own perspective. Can I determine if this is beneficial or harmful to me? Does this match my top concerns? The way you respond shows what you prioritize. Embrace it confidently without hesitation. Consider viewing your no as a valuable gift that allows you to clearly communicate your position to both yourself and others. Being able to confidently decline requests attracts individuals who bring happiness instead of constantly asking for your time and energy. Freedom is found in simplicity and clarity. Lesson 7. Create your own personal direction. During periods of prolonged monotony or lack of progress, can often be tempting to stay within our comfort zones. Exploring new territories comes with the possibility of failure, uncertainty, and the requirement to develop new skills. However, if we don't embrace new possibilities, our worlds and self-concepts will become smaller. We often overlook the vast possibilities that lie within us and our surroundings. Start exploring new possibilities by showing interest in paths that you haven't thought about before. Discover and explore your untapped abilities and undiscovered passions. Seek input from friends to uncover hidden strengths that can be valuable assets. At times we may overlook talents that are evident to those around us. Explore pivots that creatively utilize your current abilities. Now let's focus on exploring specific options that excite you. Discover potential career paths, creative endeavors, positions of influence, personal projects, exciting journeys, or intriguing relationship dynamics that have captured your interest recently. Instead of getting caught up in the details, let your imagination run wild. There are no incorrect responses during the possibility ideation stage. Now the top priority is to create a vision that is clear and easy to grasp. Break down the possibilities that capture your imagination into stepwise plans. Break down the bold vision into practical next steps. Translating the vision into a practical strategy helps to create forward momentum. Share these plans with friends who will support and hold you accountable. Exploring new opportunities comes with its own set of risks, but staying within our comfort zones can hinder our growth and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Your purpose is not to play it safe or settle for mediocrity, but to constantly evolve and grow. Embrace the exciting possibilities that lie ahead by being open to the Unknown gain clarity on your core values, passions, talents, and vision for your life. Take a moment to reflect and assess what truly matters the most. Ignore what others expect of you. Identify the top priorities that you want to drive your life with. Self-standing. Consider these factors when deciding where to focus. Focus your time and energy. Review every 3 months. Picture your life a decade from now, where you are flourishing both personally and professionally. Create a clear and compelling image that encompasses purpose, personal development, connections, way of life, and leaving a lasting impact. Break down your 10-year vision into achievable objectives for the next 12 months and 3 months. This helps simplify the path and maintain focus on the end goals. Align your physical spaces, social circles, media, diet, and default habits with your priorities and vision for a more harmonious experience. Surround yourself with uplifting influences. Finding true direction originates from within oneself. Understanding your purpose in life comes from introspection. Envisioning your goals and aligning your priorities. Take the time to truly understand yourself and use that knowledge to shape each day in alignment with your authentic self. Lesson 8. Keep your eyes on the prize. Can be challenging to stay focused on our goals when we have to juggle other people's demands and busy schedules. We often find ourselves sacrificing our deepest desires because of feelings of guilt, the need to please others, or a lack of clear boundaries when it comes to managing our time. Meanwhile, our deepest visions seem to fade away as we make empty promises to honor them someday. Uncovering your true goals involves digging them out from under layers of obligations, outside distractions and justifications. Rediscover the things that truly ignite your passions, inspire you to make a difference, and bring you joy and excitement. Write these down to strengthen your commitment. Next, ensure that your daily routines and relationships are aligned in a way that helps you achieve your goals. Optimize your surroundings and social circle to enhance concentration. Establish guidelines for protecting workspace to promote focused work instead of constant distractions. Release any commitments that are causing you to lose focus and hinder your true dedication. Stay committed to your goals even when faced with challenges, distractions, monotony, and self-doubt. Remember the reasons that inspired you to start your journey. Whenever you feel demotivated, efficiently prioritize your time and energy to reach your ultimate goal. During these crucial moments, it is important for us to reaffirm our commitment to our ultimate goal, the inner vision that drives our purpose. We should always keep in mind the impact we can have on people's lives, the urgent need to address the problem at hand, and the potential for creating something truly remarkable. Nothing can compare to the passion of fulfilling our true potential. Eliminate any distractions that may hinder your progress and focus on your true talents. Quiet the voice of self-doubt that tries to undermine your confidence. Stay focused on the rewarding goal that awaits those who endure the journey. Find solace and motivation in the company of like-minded individuals who hold on to hope during moments of wavering enthusiasm. You chose this path for a meaningful purpose. Always remember the importance of not settling. No matter what challenges you face, stay focused on your goals to discover strength in times of difficulty, clarity in the midst of confusion, and the ultimate purpose that drives your life's mission. Keep pushing forward with unwavering determination. Never give up until you achieve victory. From a young age, David aspired to become an entrepreneur and successfully manage his own technology company. Despite facing numerous challenges, unsuccessful classes, difficulty finding investors, and team conflicts, he remained steadfast in his conviction to transform the industry with his groundbreaking product concept. However, following the economic downturn in 2020, David's savings quickly depleted, struggling to attract new investors. He found it difficult to meet the payroll for his remaining employees. David began to doubt himself as he thought about giving up on his long-held vision. David's health and relationship suffered as a result of the demanding hours. Pam grew increasingly frustrated with her boyfriend's constant delays in planning their wedding and discussing their future as a family. David's friends went from being envious of his ambitions to feeling sorry for him due to his current financial difficulties. Those difficult times made giving up on his dream for a stable corporate job appear like a sensible choice. However, David's college mentor, Amir, was determined not to let him discard all the hard work he had put in over the years. During their regular coffee chat, Amir once again asked David to explain his deeper purpose as David passionately explained his mission to make technology more accessible for lower-income communities. Amir noticed a renewed spark in his eyes. David's main goal of giving a voice to those who lack opportunities could not be achieved by running another person's company. Amir encouraged David to continue seeking investors even in smaller seed rounds, instead of doubting himself or settling prematurely. David once again departed from the coffee shop driven by his vision and the importance of relationships rather than solely focusing on financial gain. Despite his fatigue, this experience renewed his determination to follow through. Although it may be challenging at the moment, there is a great sense of joy that awaits when one pursues their goals with unwavering determination. David continued to move forward with unwavering focus. Lesson 9: The road to empowerment. Understanding our own inherent power allows us to take control of our lives regardless of the circumstances we face. Understanding that our inner power cannot be taken away without our permission is crucial. To tap into this power, we must break down the narratives that make us feel powerless. We need to take back control of how we perceive ourselves, how we react, and how we set boundaries. What does it entail to embark on the journey towards empowerment? First, you would need to have complete control over how you interpret all situations. It's up to you to determine whether events have a shaping or strengthening effect on you. Furthermore, it implies the ability to remain determined and adaptable in the face of numerous challenges. Empowerment holds the belief that no obstacle can permanently hinder one's inner determination. Ultimately, it requires be proficient in self-validation instead of constantly seeking external validation. The true source of power does not come from worldly accomplishments but from fearlessly utilizing one's genuine talents. The journey towards empowerment is a continuous process with moments of realization that awaken the inherent authority within. Not everyone manages to complete the entire journey, but anyone can take steps forward from wherever they currently stand. Progress accelerates by recognizing our inherent power and actively letting go of victim mentalities. Through daily accountability and personal growth, you possess inherent worth and capability from the moment of your birth. It's the perfect moment to confidently embrace that truth. Many times we find ourselves in the role of mere spectators rather than active participants in shaping our unique lives. We often find ourselves overwhelmed by the demands of others, our own self-doubts, and the chaos of our surroundings. As a result, we lose control over our focus, what truly matters to us, our personal limits, and even our sense of self. Regaining control starts with recognizing where it has been lost, even if it was unintentional. What exactly have you delegated authority for? Emotional reactions are personal experiences that can sometimes feel overwhelming and unwanted. You waste your time and energy trying to please guilt-ridden tyrants and getting distracted. Start your day by taking back control of any domain where you've given up power. Regaining Control doesn't mean you have to completely change everything in one go. Begin by consciously directing your responses, routines, inner dialogue, or connections gradually and methodically. Your muscles will become stronger. Through practice, you can progress from being a puppet to becoming a confident choreographer, creating your own unique life script. The inner domain is a terrain that holds immense power and can be mastered by mastering mindset, emotional regulation, and attentional control. You can establish an unshakable center in your psychological world when you make choices that are in line with your values, vision, and instincts. You become self-validating and don't rely on external approval. Regain control by starting with reclaiming your inner domain as the territory you govern. The external will adapt to align with your internal control. Lesson 10. No more needy seeking approval behavior. We often neglect our inner wisdom as we become overly fixated on external matters. Our tendency to seek validation and approval can actually push people away, having the opposite effect of what we want. Healing the root insecurities that drive such behavior requires introspection. We should strive to become so confident in our completeness that the need for validation from others becomes insignificant. Begin by recognizing your natural abilities, strengths, and inner beauty that go beyond external recognition. Maintain a continuous list to counteract the voices of self-doubt. Embrace the beauty of making progress in letting go of the need for validation from others, as self-acceptance deepens the neediness, and people-pleasing habits will naturally fade away. You will exhibit behaviors that validate yourself, such as freely expressing your true personality, pursuing interests that bring you joy, and calmly establishing boundaries with those who try to undermine your confidence. It doesn't matter if you receive approval when you feel a sense of inner fulfillment. Stay alert for any remaining neediness and approach correction with kindness. Patience with ourselves is necessary for healing insecurity. Imagine the freedom that comes from embracing your unique beauty instead of seeking validation that never truly fulfills you. Your worth is immeasurable simply because you are here. Return to your true self. When we let fear or desperation guide our actions, we end up betraying our own spirit by compromising our values and truth. Our self-respect diminishes when we disregard our inner wisdom, which is telling us to say no in order to protect ourselves or seek approval. With time, integrity can be eroded by self-betrayal as clear ethics are replaced by rationalizations. Reclaiming self-honor involves placing truth and values above all else, even if it may come at a price. Begin by recognizing the areas in your life where you may ignore your conscience in order to avoid negative outcomes such as conflict, disapproval, instability, or boredom. Take note. Whenever you disregard integrity or ignore intuition, develop a heightened sense of self-awareness regarding moments when you neglect your own needs. Now comes the challenging part. Begin by gradually expressing yourself in more approachable circumstances. For instance, if political discussions make you feel uneasy, you can cautiously express your viewpoint. It's important to be prepared to let go of relationships that don't align with your ethical values as you continue to build self-trust. It's important to reinforce the boundaries that protect your values and personal truth. By walking this path, you will strengthen your belief in your own worth and completeness. Independent of the approval of others, you develop a strong foundation to handle external criticism, fickleness, and manipulation, while maintaining sense of self. Every decision to follow our inner wisdom strengthens our integrity and self-authority. Before you know it, your alignment becomes second nature. Your identity and actions blend seamlessly together. Lesson 11. No more needy seeking Approval behavior, genuine satisfaction, arises from within unaffected by external circumstances. It ems from embracing oneself, having confidence in one's worth, and having faith in the natural progression of life. Comparison, perfectionism, and a constant need for achievement-based validation can all undermine contentment. To achieve a state of inner peace, focus on nurturing a deep sense of self-love. Recognize and appreciate the positive qualities that make you unique, whether it's your creativity, resilience, compassion, or sense of humor. Maintain a continuous list to counter self-criticism. Take a moment to appreciate the unique strengths and talents that have been bestowed upon you. Take some time to visualize how you can use your gifts to make a positive impact on others. Additionally, explore thought patterns that can diminish one's sense of self-worth. Question the notion that love must be earned or that constant compensation is necessary. Examine the harmful effects of setting unattainable expectations that lead to feelings of shame when you don't meet them. Speak to yourself with kindness and compassion, offering understanding. We can cultivate contentment by regularly taking care of ourselves and focusing on our strengths instead of fixating on our perceived shortcomings. Prioritize activities such as prayer, journaling, spending time in nature, and nurturing close relationships. When you nurture self-love, your sense of worthiness grows stronger. You can achieve a sense of emotional fulfillment without constantly striving for external achievements. Continue to develop and grow this inner landscape. Genuine self-love naturally draws in positive connections and opportunities. You become a beacon of light, helping others embrace their true selves. Start by mastering the art of self-sufficiency and finding happiness within yourself. Illuminate this fulfilled path for others in a clear and straightforward manner. At certain points in our lives, we encounter situations where certain aspects no longer align with who we are. We often find ourselves feeling restricted and confined by structures that were once beneficial to us, much like a hermit crab outgrowing its shell. Common aspects of our lives, such as careers, relationships, habits, belief systems, or environments, can sometimes hinder our personal development. During these crucial moments, we are confronted with a decision: can we liberate ourselves from old patterns and reshape our lives to align with our current selves? The changing seasons bring about a sense of restlessness as we find that the circumstances we once found fulfilling no longer satisfy us. At activities that used to bring us joy now feel dull or exhausting. The traditional ways of perceiving ourselves or the world seem empty. There is a longing within us for change and restructuring. We have evolved beyond our physical and mental limitations. Initially, our longing for the familiar and our anxieties often lead us to resist change instead of embracing its potential. However, refusing to acknowledge our inner wisdom and insisting on changing ourselves comes with significant consequences, such as depression, feeling disconnected, experiencing burnout, and betraying our highest potentials. We need to gather the bravery to leave behind our comfortable shells and venture into uncharted territory of reinvention. Remolding involves acknowledging the significance of the previous roles that those former shells played in our lives, allowing us to let go of them with compassion. Next, it's important to pinpoint the areas where we have expanded beyond our current structures in our careers, relationships, habits, or perspectives. Although it can be thrilling, the process of rebuilding around the depth of our identities can sometimes feel unsettling and disorganized. It's natural to feel a sense of loss as certain aspects of our previous lives fade away. That's why it's crucial to have a supportive community during these transformative experiences. We should also give ourselves a lot of grace as we let go of the past and embrace change as we courageously listen to our inner guidance and make changes. We uncover exciting new aspects of our abilities and life, meaning we embrace a life of liberation, breaking free from the boundaries of comfort to live with the untamed freedom of our souls. We align our choices, relationships, and self-concepts guided by our inner wisdom. Instead of seeking external rewards, we confidently embrace our transformed homes like vibrant hermit crabs in their beautifully remodeled shells. Which outdated shell are you prepared to let go of and transform today? Final lesson: power of walking away. As we near the conclusion of our exploration into the profound impact of walking away, I would like to express my gratitude to you, the reader. Choosing to step back and let go can be a challenging decision. It requires vulnerability and trust. When you embrace change and step into the unknown, you communicate a powerful message to yourself and those around you. You state that you are prepared to stand up for your most important needs, self-worth, and purpose. It's important to recognize that staying in your comfort zone may lead to temporary stability, but remaining in a situation where you're not flourishing can gradually stifle potential innovation and enthusiasm. Choosing to move on demonstrates a long-term dedication to personal growth. You have faith in the necessary challenges that come with change, knowing that something better awaits on the other side. This belief will support and empower you when those challenges arise. Ultimately, walking away can have a profound ripple effect, inspiring and empowering those around you. When you embrace your soul's wisdom, you pave the way for your loved ones to find their own path. Your dedication serves as a powerful reminder that everyone deserves the opportunity to succeed on their own terms, regardless of challenges or doubts. May you continue to progress steadily and with awareness on this unfolding journey. I firmly believe that when you dedicate your valuable skills and passion to meaningful endeavors, connections, and surroundings, both you and the world will thrive in response. Stay focused on the freedom that lies ahead. Let go all your limitation by walking away. Thank you for taking me on this journey with you. This is Dark Psychology World Channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share.